What is a samurai? They are not just warriors with a sword in hand and an intimidating look. They are individuals embodying a philosophy of honor, discipline, and strength of spirit. But what if I told you that samurai, the ones we know from films and books, are much more multifaceted than we think? Their image still has a profound influence on world culture. Today I'll tell you how samurai became symbols, not just of military power, but also of profound philosophy. And you'll discover how their spirit still lives in our world, inspiring feats, self-improvement, and victories. Let me open the door to a world where samurai rule not only with their swords, but with their wisdom. Samurai were not just warriors. They were integral to an immense socio-political system in Japan, representing not only military power but also supreme morality, spiritual harmony, and the art of life. This ideal of the samurai was embedded in the foundation of Japanese society, shaping its culture, traditions, and even governmental institutions. But what is hidden behind this great image? Why did samurai become symbols not just of war, but of Japan's cultural renaissance? It all starts with the fact that samurai were different from ordinary soldiers, not just in their professionalism, but in their high moral standards. They were not mercenaries or soldiers fighting for money or fame. A samurai served his lord, daimyo, protecting not just him, but the entire country. For them it was vital to honor their duties and loyalty, and this always came first. They were willing to give their lives for a cause, for the honor of their family and their clan. The most striking difference between a samurai and other warriors of the time was their discipline. Every samurai had to maintain strict order in his life. Discipline showed not only in military skills, but in their attitude towards life, work, and society. For example, a samurai always kept order in his house, respected his elders, and was always ready to help his comrades. This was an essential aspect of samurai culture, as order and harmony were inseparable from their philosophy. The primary weapon of a samurai, the katana, symbolized not just strength, but also spirit. Each katana was carefully crafted, went through a complex creation process, and was honed to perfection. It was not just a sword, it was a work of art. The image of the katana became an inseparable part of samurai culture, and mastery of this weapon meant not only being able to defend oneself, but also living rightly. The sword was an extension of the samurai, his soul and spirit. Samurai culture was also deeply connected to nature. They revered it as a source of strength and inspiration. This was especially evident in the arts of gardening and ikebana, flower arrangement. These activities helped samurai develop patience and attentiveness, essential for combat. The art of observing nature and harmonizing it with oneself was at the core of their inner development. The samurai society was organized in a strict hierarchy. At the top were the daimyos, feudal lords, followed by the samurai themselves, and below them were the peasants, artisans, and merchants. This system existed for centuries, and in it, the samurai was not just a warrior but also a protector and ruler. This rigid system maintained order and balance in society, while the samurai acted as the link between nobility and commoners. An important aspect of a samurai's life was his code of honor. Bushido taught that a samurai must act with honesty and courage, never succumbing to fear or doubt. A prime example of the importance of following this code is the story of a samurai who, faced with disgrace, preferred to commit seppuku, ritual suicide, rather than live with the stain of dishonor. This willingness for self-sacrifice became a symbol of loyalty and honor. But being a samurai wasn't just about fighting in battles, it was a way of life. Samurai strove for perfection in everything. One striking example is the poet and samurai Saigo Takamori. He, while being a master of the sword, was also an outstanding writer. This shows how multifaceted the life of a samurai was. They could be warriors, creators, and philosophers, excelling in various fields. However, samurai were not only warriors, but also strong politicians. Many of them held important positions at court, influencing the development of the country. Samurai governed lands, made crucial political decisions, and even formed military alliances. For instance, the famous samurai Tokugawa Ieyasu became the founder of the Tokugawa dynasty, which ruled Japan for over 250 years. Another crucial aspect of a samurai's life was his attitude towards death. Samurai considered death to be a natural part of life, and they were not afraid of it. It was not sorrow or tragedy, but rather a philosophy of accepting the inevitable. Therefore, in moments of battle, a samurai was filled with determination and never hesitated. He lived knowing that death could come at any moment, but it never stopped him from acting with enthusiasm. Samurai didn't just train in military skills, but also studied war strategies. One of the most important teachings for a samurai was the theory of Kogyo, strategies for victory, which allowed them to win even in the most difficult situations. A samurai was not only taught how to wield a sword, but also how to strategize, anticipate the enemy's moves, and make decisions with a clear mind. This philosophy can be applied in our lives as well, because the ability to strategize in any situation is the key to success. Samurai also spent a great deal of time on inner self-discovery. Meditation was a key practice in their lives. It wasn't just a way to relax, but a philosophy for inner growth. Through meditation, a samurai sought harmony with himself and the world, which allowed him to remain calm in the most dangerous situations. Today, as centuries ago, this approach is used to achieve inner peace and self-improvement. The history of the samurai is also a story of their fight for freedom. At a time when Japan was under strict control, samurai fought for their independence, their ideals, and their values. They stood for justice and truth, refusing to let the outside world overshadow their morals. This is an example of how the strength of spirit can overcome external circumstances and principles. With the advent of the Meiji era in the late 19th century, the samurai culture began to fade. However, many of their principles survived. Even in modern society, people often turn to the ideas of the samurai, using them for personal development and goal achievement. For example, in corporate culture, where attention to detail, strategy, and discipline play crucial roles, we can see echoes of samurai philosophy. The spirit of the samurai continues to live in films, books, and other works of art. You've probably come across characters inspired by the samurai code. These characters are always strong, decisive, yet wise and balanced. This makes them so appealing and profound. Such stories inspire us to follow our principles, never retreat in the face of challenges, and find harmony in our own paths. The philosophy of the samurai teaches us that it's not only important to achieve success, but to do so with respect for ourselves and others. It's a path that requires not just strength, but also gentleness, not just fighting, but also peace within oneself. So if you want to succeed in life, aim for these qualities. Strive for self-improvement, harmony, and inner balance. Only then can you become a true samurai in your world. Like the samurai, we can face any challenge if we live by the principles of honor, discipline, and wisdom. These values have been tested by time and can help us achieve any goal. Don't be afraid of difficult tasks. Don't retreat from challenges. Live with confidence like the samurai, and victories will be yours. And remember, the greatest enemy is not circumstances, but your doubts. Now that you know that samurai are not just warriors, but also true philosophers, masters, and teachers, their wisdom can be a powerful source of inspiration for you. Now I invite you to take an important step. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment about what you liked most about the story of the samurai. If we reach 5,000 likes, I'll upload a new video where I'll share how to apply the philosophy of samurai in everyday life. Don't miss the chance to be part of this incredible journey. And with that, friends, we conclude our journey into the world of the samurai. But this is just the beginning. If you found this interesting, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. If we reach 5,000 likes, I will post a new video on how to apply the philosophy of the samurai in everyday life. Subscribe, and let's move forward to new heights.